Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of roulette and the incredible stories of players who actually beat Vegas casinos. Let's get started. Gamble is like life, it's the ground metaphor of life. 5:36 a.m. and floor. Staff have just called casino security. A tourist has been playing the same roulette wheel all night. At first they thought he was an addict, but now they think it's far worse because he appears to be in profit. And in the last hour, he's doubled his stakes. Last night, a young woman was doing something similar. In half an hour, you have all the things that happen in life. On the stragon of the victories, catastro. Everything. They don't know what's going on because at the time, nobody thinks it's possible. Little do they know they're about to get a massive shock. This is a story of a poor family that beat Vegas roulette. It's early in the 90s, and a small-time music producer, radio host, and film director is at a pivotal point in his life. For many years, he's worked extremely hard. The money isn't great, and the hours long. In truth, he's had enough. He wants to get out of the business. He wants a better life for his family. He wants to get rich. This is where his recent obsession comes in. Roulette. After an exceptionally hard week, he's there again in the Casino Grand Madrid, stood next to his favorite roulette wheel 16. It's the fourth time it's come up. He vaguely remembers it coming up last week too. He ponders for a moment. Is it really a coincidence? He wants to find out, and he's desperate to make money. So he starts to track the amount of times it comes up. In doing so, he realizes that 24, just 2 spaces away from his mark, is also a regular result. He sits there for hours. It's too good to be true. By the end of the evening, he's convinced there's a huge opportunity here. He just has to get to the bottom of it. But how to crack the code? Gonzalo needs to gather data for his theory. And now Gonzalo plans to make the most of it. Thoughts of financial freedom, fast cars, a flashy lifestyle, and hanging out in Vegas all flash through his mind. It's the get-rich-quick scheme he's always dreamt of. Quickly, he recruits more family members to record roulette data. Now they're tracking individual data for all of the roulette wheels in the Casino Grand Madrid. They discover that different wheels produce different biases. Not only do some favor certain numbers, but there are numbers that rarely come up. These are the numbers to avoid. If he assigns each wheel a number with unique values, he believes that he can create an effective way to beat the house. Creating a score system like this quite literally allows him to value each individual wheel. He knows they must play harder and stay bigger on the numbers with the highest expected outcome. It's basic math, but the best part is not cheating. Just like card counting, he's being smart and playing within the rules. However, there's a problem. The casino isn't going to like this one bit. Gonzalo isn't fazed though. He isn't doing anything wrong, and being a hard worker that has paid his taxes all his life, he believes in the system. He just needs more data to be absolutely sure of his edge. 6 of the Palaio family sit by different roulette tables in the casino. They're skeptical, and they think he's crazy. But big money promises do the trick. Discipline is paramount because money is scarce. Quite literally, he can't afford to mess this up. To finance his secret plan, he's just sold his biggest asset, all of the rights, to one of his documentaries, previously considered to be his best work. In today's money, it puts the equivalent of $4,700 in the pot. Hopefully this will be enough to see him through a bad run of short-term variance. It's a long shot in itself, so the team will start with small bets just to be safe. As frustrating as this is, it's very wise. If they lose, it hurts less, and if they win, they won't draw much attention. So finally, after a lot of hard work, under their fine-tuned data, and a year after Gonzalo's initial experience, they're in a position to play ball and win, entering the Madrid's premier casino. Individually, Gonzalo and his family believe they have a 6% advantage, more than double the house edge. In theory, they should be able to win money from the casino at twice the speed it's usually lost. European roulette gives the house a 2.7% edge over the player because there's only one green number on the wheel. The #0 betting rules is simple. Players can bet on an exact number where the payout is 35-1, or they can bet a red or black number will come up at even odds. The players aren't interested in betting red or black, they're here for the bias alone. It means that most of the time they bet, they'll lose. However, because of the bias, the 35-1 wins they hit will drastically outweigh the losses, Except things haven't started well for the first 2 hours. The numbers they've been betting on don't connect. Spin after spin, loss after loss. They're already small. Bankroll is disappearing fast. The stressed-out Gonzalo knows he needs to be patient. And then probability bites back, dealing the team several high-stakes wins in a row, despite the early losses. Their first serious night of roulette is a profitable one, but Gonzalo has no intention of leaving it there. They go back every night that week, gradually increasing their bets each time. The more they win, the more they stake. Later, it would be reported that they nearly quadrupled their money in that first month of play. It's seen as incredibly greedy, and eventually word of the greedy players who keep winning that roulette reaches management. This is where the real problems start, because they now know why casino profits are lower than usual. Casino security are made aware, and now Gonzalo and his children are thrust into the spotlight. The croupiers detest them. Management are trying to work out their advantage, and security staff are following them around. They've even been tracked outside of the casino. Worse still, Gonzalo's nephew's expensive habits are drawing attention like a red flag for all who are watching the casino. Grand Madrid is down $500,000 to the Palaos. They realize quite how serious this is getting when one of the casino staff makes an unsettling comment about his former job. Clearly, it's an attempt to intimidate them, but it doesn't work. Sensing their time's limited, the team kick on and up the stakes. It infuriates management, so casino starts messing with the game. When a croupier spots one of the team, they spin up the ball harder than before. It's a massive owing goal on the casino's behalf. Speeding up the ball actually helps the team's strike rate. These fools are accidentally smoothing out results and reducing short-term variance for Gonzalo and his team. Next, the casino changed their strategy. Overnight, they switched the roulette wheels between the tables. Although this makes it clear once again they haven't got a clue about Gonzalo's strategy ever since they began recording data. The team identified each wheel via unique marks that they carry. Switching the wheels doesn't make a difference. It just means that they play different numbers at different tables. Now, however, the casino and now track, back in which numbers they bet to. Seeing that their bets follow the wheels is a direct hip-off at the casino. The strategy is all about which wheel they're playing. Either way, casino bosses have had enough. The family is banned. If Gonzalo or any of his team have seen in the casino, the instruction is to throw him out. Frustrated, Gonzalo turns to the government's Regulatory Commission for intervention, and the judge rules in his favor. While the court advocates for their participation, the casino's verbal agreement proves empty. They continue to expel them without repercussions from the court. In Madrid, the casino operates under the watch of the gaming police, who frequent in nightly and dine there, forging friendships with the casino management, essentially safeguarding their interests. Ultimately, the casino has got a way of it. Yet Gonzalo is dismayed by the commission's inaction towards those who blatantly disregard its directives. He's been naive. At 45 years old, he believes the governing system is fair, and so far, he's won around $1 million. Adjusted for inflation, that's about 2.2. Now, defiantly, Gonzalo enters the casino and begins to play. Next, security arrive. He argues back, citing the commission's ruling in his defense. This time, things get a little bit more physical. Gonzalo is ejected from the casino's front door. It appears that they couldn't care less, but the confrontational Spaniard isn't going to quit. He marches into the local government office once more and submits a further appeal. Success. Once more, they rule that he and his family should be able to play roulette in the casino. However, when he arrives, he's horrified to see that the casino has totally changed the game. New roulette wheels, new tables, and in different positions, they've deliberately messed with the original setup. You have to wonder who's the real cheat here. Stressed out and mildly depressed, Gonzalo acknowledges it's time to move on. After all, there's still big money to be made in Europe, London, and even Vegas. A bias will is a bias will, wherever you are in the world. First, they venture further into Europe, where they take Amsterdam Casino for several 100,000. It's short-lived, though, as many of the European casinos communicate with one another. Once they catch on and communicate with Madrid, the game is up. They have the magic formula, but nowhere to use it. Roulette wheels are now being changed and renewed on a regular basis. Plus, some of the casinos are demanding ID before you play. It's a real problem for the players as it marks their cards even quicker. So it's time to make the plunge and make their boldest move yet. Once more, Gonzalo pulls together a smaller but stealthy team. This time, they're making the 8,900-mile trip to Sin City for 3 months. Except there's a twist. American roulette is slightly different in that the house edge is bigger and harder to beat. Vegas roulette. In 2004, a group of gamblers known as the Ritz team used laser scanners and mobile phones to predict the outcome of roulette wheels at the Ritz Casino in London. They won over £1.3 million before being caught. However, they were not prosecuted, as using technology to predict outcomes was not explicitly illegal at the time. These examples show that while beating the roulette wheel is incredibly difficult due to its design, a combination of careful observation, mathematical analysis, and sometimes technological innovation has allowed some players to gain an advantage over the house. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more intriguing stories and strategies. See you next time.